All right, moving on. We're going to look at solving percent applications. In solving percent applications, I'm going to try and show two different ways to set them up. One where you're using percentages to set up and solve a percentage application problem, and also doing it in a decimal form. And again, I'm going to try and maybe introduce this in a visual way that I think is maybe different than the way that you may have learned it before. If this is something that you're still struggling with, then the way you were taught before didn't make sense. So I'm kind of hoping maybe by seeing it in a different way, maybe it will. So let's look at this first example. And so this first example said, what number is 45% of 84? So again, kind of what we got here, it says what number. This is an unknown, so we can represent that with a variable. The word is a keyword for equals. And then we've got 45%. So we see here that some number will be equal to 45%. And then it says of 84. Okay, so let me try and give you maybe a visual way to see how this problem is represented. So what we're being shown here are two different scales. We've got a scale of percentages and a scale with a number system that we've been given. So we're being given a scale where we've got percentage on one side and a number system on the other side. So I'm actually going to draw this scale here. So do that and come down further. We've got a bottom of the scale. So at the bottom of the scale, we're going to have 0%. And our number system goes from 0, and it's going to end up going up to 84. And our percentage scale goes from 0% to 100%. Okay. And so we want to know what number is 45% of 84. So 45% on this scale from 0 to 100 on the left. So here's 50. That would be 50. So 45 is going to be a little less than that. So here's 45%. And we want to know what number is 45% of 84. So this is maybe a visual way of looking at this problem. Now, looking at this problem, I'm big on expectations. So what can we expect our value of x to be? Well, remember that I just now noted that 45% is less than 50%. Okay, that's below it. 50% is 1/2. So, we can expect x to be less than 1/2 of 84. So we can expect x to be less than 42. Kind of beyond that, I think that's kind of all we need for expectations. That'll be pretty good if we can find a value of x that's less than 42. Okay, so now that you have this scale, I drew this scale this way for a reason, with these kind of double bars across the top. So think of these double bars across the top as being like equal signs. So we've got 100% is equal to 84, 45% is equal to x. And we're going to set this up. So one of the ways that we're going to solve this is we're going to set this up as an equivalence of ratios. All right. And so in the numerator, we're going to put our unknown x, and we're kind of saying x is equal to 45%. And on this scale here on the side, 84 is equal to 100. So 84 is equal to 100, and x is equal to 45. All right. So now at this point, we can use some algebra, and this is where we cross multiply. So we're going to have x times 100, cross multiplying that way, and that's going to be equal to 84 times 45. And we're going to divide both sides by 100. And so we get x is going to be equal to 37.8. Okay, does 37.8 satisfy our expectation where x is less than 42? It does. So we can feel pretty confident that this is the correct answer. So I kind of promise you two ways to look at this. So another way to look at it is a little bit more of a shortcut. And then this is where we're actually going to represent the percentages as decimals. So, 45%, we can write that as 0.45, and 100% as a fractional decimal is just going to be 1. And it's 1.0, but it's just 1. And so since we have this scale set up this way, we can just go ahead and cross multiply. And so we have x times 1. So x times 1, which is just going to be x. That's going to be equal to 84 times 0.45. 4 times 0.45. And when you do that on your calculator, you're going to get 37.8. Same answer that we got using this other method. So maybe this graphic organizer for setting up the problem in terms of scale of percent versus the number system that you're being given helps you kind of equate 100% with the maximal number, which is 84, and then the 45% value, which is less than 100, and then representing the value x on the number system we're being tasked to find. I will come back to this think, pair, share in a moment. Let me just keep going with the next example. Actually, no. No, let me give you this think, pair, share answer. So the answer to this one should be x equals 28. The reason why I don't want to move on is because this example is, this think, pair, share is very much formatted the same as this example. So I kind of want you to use this example as a model for solving this think, pair, share. So give that a try. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give the solutions to all the think, pair, shares in one video. All right. So that'll be coming at the end.